Greetings, students. Welcome to e-learning class of English. Today we will start with your reader book. We will do the first chapter of Reader, The White Snake. The White Snake is a simple tale with a significant message. The message of the story is if a person is kind and helpful to others, he or she is rewarded for his good deeds. So, children, let us start the story. Long, long ago, there was a noble king who was famous for his wisdom. He was loved by all. Somehow, he knew magically everything that happens in his kingdom. Every night after dinner, he was served a dish by his trusted servant. Not even the servant knew what the dish was. One day he decided to find it out. He opened the dish and saw a white snake killed and cooked as a dish. He picked up a piece and ate it. Just then he heard the chattering outside the window. He heard the sparrows talking about the queen's lost ring which a goose by the pond had swallowed. He understood that he had got the power of understanding the language of the birds and animals. He caught the goose and got the ring by killing it and returned the ring to the queen. The king wished to give him some reward. The servant asked for a horse and some money because he wanted to travel and see the world. Now, having the power of understanding the animal's language, the servant happily rode into the forest, where he came across three fishes caught in the weeds. The kind hearted servant picked up the fishes and put them back into the clean water. The fishes thanked him by saying that they will remember his kindness and repay for it. The servant continued his journey, and on the way he saved the lives of ants and also saved the three young ravens from starving by offering them his own horse after killing it. They also promised to repay him for his kindness. After traveling for so many days, the servant reaches another city where King's rider was making an announcement that the king wishes to marry his daughter and whoever wants to marry her must have to perform a hard task. If he doesn't succeed, he will be put to death. When the young man saw King's daughter, he fell in love with her, so he went before the king to ask for his daughter's hand. But to test him, the king took him to the sea and threw his gold ring into the water. Then he ordered the young man to bring it out. The young man stood worried and thinking what to do. Just then, the three fishes whom he had saved came swimming towards him and gave him the ring. Expecting a good reward, he happily took the ring to the king. But the proud princess gave him another task to perform. This time he was asked to pick each and every grain of millet seeds which she had spread on the grass. He was asked to gather all the grains into 10 sacks before the sunrise. The young man was sitting very disappointed, thinking it as an impossible task. Then the ant king came in the night with thousands of worker ants and gathered all the grains into the sacks without missing even a single grain. But the king's daughter still was not satisfied. She gave him another task to bring a golden apple from the tree of life. The young man didn't know where the tree of life was. He traveled from one kingdom to another to find it, but all was in vain. One day, when he was sitting exhausted under a tree, just then a golden apple fell into his hand. The three ravens, whom he had saved from starving, had brought it for him. The young man was full of joy and took the golden apple to the king's daughter. She cut the apple of life into two parts and they ate it together. After that, they got married and lived happily forever. So, children, moral of the story is one good turn deserves another. Hope you have enjoyed the story and understood it well. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.